Hi everyone, today I'm going to talk about some assistive technology apps that you could use in your classrooms. They're mostly focused on middle and high school students. So to start, we have Speech Central, which is a voice reader. And in Speech Central, you can upload a variety of documents, you can connect it to your email, and you can upload articles to it. So I played around with this myself, and it's pretty easy to use, but definitely, especially for people who are legally blind, they would need somebody to set it up for them at first. And then you can also save articles for it to read later. And as I got into the app, it asked me to pick my favorite news and media sources for daily headlines, so I clicked a bunch and then let it play. And it just reads you off the headlines from the magazine or newspaper. And then you can choose whether or not you want it to read the full article later, or if you want to save the article for later. It was tested and it is accessible with VoiceOver for legally blind users. So you can connect it to other apps, to other accessibilities that are already set up into technologies, but it would need probably somebody to set it up originally so that it could benefit legally blind users. There is a free option as well as a pro version for $5.99. And these are the ratings that it got. So Speech Central definitely has classroom application. You can add web articles. You could send them to your students through email, and they could upload them to the speech reader so that they could have the articles read out loud to them. I read that for students with ADD and ADHD. The separation from the screen eliminates distractions, so they can just start the article and then set the device down, and all they have to do is listen. They don't have to be playing around with any buttons or anything. And as I said, you can upload a variety of documents, so PowerPoint, Word, PDFs, all of them can be used with this app. And it also connects to e-readers, like Bookshare and everything. So if you have an e-reader app or like a Kindle app or something like that, you can connect this directly to that and it'll read your books out loud to you as well. So you could set that up for your students who may have visual impairments. The second app that I looked at was Notability, and this was a note-taking app. So for this app, you could handwrite and sketch on it. So you could just take a stylus or a finger and write over a document, or you could just write on a blank document, and then you could also have that then converted to text. So if you needed to send it to somebody else, or teachers wanted to send it to their students, you can convert it so that you're not trying to read somebody's handwritten notes. But for people who are really visual, there's all kinds of colors, all kinds of different things you can do with the sketch part of it. And there is a multi-note feature, meaning you can work on multiple notes at once and have them both pulled up on the screen so that you can see both and work with both. You can import a variety of documents into this. You can also share notes through a lot of different sources. So, for example, Google Classroom, Moodle, Google Drive, a lot of those different platforms that you'll see in the classroom, this app hooks right up to them. So what was cool about this app is it records and plays back audio. So as you're typing, you can record at the same time whatever's being said around you, and then you can go back, and when you click on what you wrote at that time, it'll play the audio that was also being spoken at the same time you were writing that note. So this is $11.99. All of these prices are based on Apple because that was what I have and that's what I looked into, so it may vary between different providers. And that was the rating on this app. So Notability in the classroom, it's super organized. You can put all kinds of subjects, and then you can have like subjects underneath the subjects, and very organized, very easy to work with. There is also, as I said, the multiple avenues for note-taking, so it's really beneficial to a variety of learners. Teachers can share their own created notes, and I saw that this has been used in classrooms that are wanting to lean towards flipped and paperless. So the other app that I looked into is called iReward Chart, and this is a chart tracker. So in this app, you can create individual charts for individual children, and you add chores to each profile for whatever you want that child to do that day, and then they receive stars for completed tasks. They can then turn around and cash in those stars to receive some kind of reward. So this is actually focused for parents and their children, but I think it could be really applicable in a classroom too. So the free version will only allow you to have one child added. The pro version allows for an unlimited amount of people added. And it did not have great ratings, but I think it has potential for sure. So it could be really beneficial for students with ADD and ADHD because they could have goals laid out, know what they need to do that day, and also have the positive reinforcement when they complete those goals. So it is based, and when you see the pictures, it's all based on like parent-child, so like they get a free hour of TV when they complete their chore, but you could set this up in a classroom way for sure, and have classroom-based rewards like a night free of homework. You could set up whole class lists or just do it for some students. And then this would be a great way to partner with parents because parents could be using the same app at home and having that dual procedure, I guess, would really reinforce this idea and really help students across the board when they're having the same practices here and there. The fourth app is called Voice for You, and this app would be especially beneficial for students who are nonverbal or students who have trouble with social and emotional needs, because this allows them to voice what they need. So it is a picture-based app. It has preloaded icons on it, and you can also create your own icons. And when you click on an icon, the voice on there, which has 30+ language options and gender options, will verbalize what you are trying to say. So you can click the food button and it'll say like, I am hungry. And it also has tons of emotions. So you can click an angry face and it'll verbalize what you're feeling to whom you're trying to convey that to. You can also create a schedule on here with icons so you know what's coming up in your day. You can also create sentences and save them. So I am hungry, I am thirsty, all those sentences that you use on a daily basis that you might need repeated. You can create those in their own little folder. So this app is just great to verbalize needs and wants that students may struggle to verbalize without that extra help. It is costly though. It's $59.99. However, they do mention on their website that you can apply for a free version and you can get it. So you just fill out an application for it and they'll work with you. You can also get grants to cover the cost of this app, but it can be very beneficial. However, because of the cost, there are not a lot of ratings, but the people who did rate it and the research that I did show that this is really helpful, and I read that some people said they finally felt like they had a voice when before they wouldn't be able to verbalize these things. I really wanted to talk about an app that wasn't just educational based, but was socially and emotionally based as well. So this is beneficial for students with a variety of disabilities. It focuses on emotions and basic needs. It allows teachers to better understand their students' wants and needs. And it gives students a sense of independence because they can finally verbalize what it is that they want and need without feeling restricted by their language barriers or by their disability. So the last app is similar in the sense that it is one that focuses on the emotional. It's called Stop, Breathe, and Think. It is a mindfulness and meditation tool. So on this app, I played with this app a little bit. You have emotional check-ins, so it'll ask you a few questions like how are you doing today, what emotions are you feeling, and then you fill all that out and it gives you personalized recommendations and sessions to complete to help boost your mood. So I put stress to see what it would say, And it gave me all kinds of suggestions from taking a walk to meditative practices that I could complete. And then there's a section with some guided journaling, daily inspiration and tips. It tracks your mood and progress from each day. It sets you timers for different activities. So there is a free version, but there's also subscription options, and those will give you more personalized recommendations and all kinds of other little tools and tricks that could be helpful. This one had really great ratings. Everybody was really ecstatic about how it personalized everything and how it's really been beneficial for them to have this sort of outlet right at their fingertips. So for the classroom application, I think this could be really beneficial for students who aren't good at verbalizing their emotions, aren't good at understanding their emotions, and who really need to learn positive and appropriate ways of reacting to negative emotions. And it also creates an outlet to express emotion with the journaling and everything like that. It helps teach appropriate coping mechanisms. And it can be used as an emotional cool-down tool as well. So if a student's getting really worked up, could pull out the app, have them go through one of the processes. So these are all my different references. And I do encourage you all to look into these apps and to watch some tutorials on them, and just because I can't give you everything in this video, but I tried to look up tutorials of all of them, and they could all be very beneficial in a classroom, especially at the middle and high school level. And I loved talking about the ones that have a social and emotional connection as well. I think that we could learn from those, and we could really utilize those in a classroom. So thank you for watching, and I hope you take something away from this.